Hi dear friends, my name is Sergey, I'm the founder of Moychay, and together with me and Agha today. Agha is the organizer of Prague Tea Festival, our biggest partner in tea festivals, so it comes from the festival. How do you start at the festivals? What was the idea to make a tea festival in Prague?
Czech Republic is pretty big with tea. So, and there is already one summer festival in Prague. There is several festivals in smaller cities, but for me, they were lacking very important things like programs, presentations, tastings, lectures. They were lacking learning about tea, or they were lacking ceramics.
So it was more like market, not like event.
Not even that. It was like the ideas of the Czech festivals, because they're all in summer. They like first one is in May, the last one is in August. The one is in Prague. So it's more about sitting on the grass. It's actually really nice, just completely different. You sit on the grass. Anyone can participate if you wanna be there and prepare tea. So it's not really for the. It's like, I mean, tea house or like tea e-shop can come, but it's more like anyone can actually apply and be there and prepare tea for people. So it's more about like people just come with their teacups and they just want to taste.
So it's like social event.
Yeah, it's more about that.
But it's also good, it's community
building.
It is
very good. It's really, really nice, but it's more about like people just like come to you, they pull the hand to you and like they want to just taste the tea, and they just walk farther, like go to another table. So they don't always ask even what they drink. They just like want to say, I was there. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just very different. Like
different approach.
So like I really miss the educational part in the Czech festivals. I thought I will make a festival if there is nothing like that there. So yeah, I was okay. So then I was thinking when to do that. So like I tried to make it before the first harvest in spring. And I felt like February is the best because it's after Christmas, so people already have money. They're relaxed after Christmas because January will be too early. March might be a little bit too late already. So yeah, so pretty much it was for like having something more as a market, presentations, like again, tastings, lectures, education. So that was...
Yeah, it's actually only one winter festival in Prague because it was like summer all the time, and finally Prague have now winter tea festival.
Yeah, it does. But as well in winter, nothing happens really. People are like bored, depressed, tired. So like when you make a festival in the middle of the winter, it's great. It brings smiles and something to look forward instead of like seeing the darkness all the time. So
when you actually select the vendors for the festival, what is your general approach? What do you think what is your curiosity about it?
The first year,
it was anyone.
No, because like the first year I have to admit, like the first year I really wanted to have their people that I really, really like. Not only like their teas, but like people as people. So I invited actually people I like. Obviously people that have good teas or good ceramics. So there was like the first year, it was really experimental for me because I didn't know if it's gonna work or not.
Taiwanese Agha Chen. Sorry for interruption. Yeah.
So it was, for me, it was a big challenge because Czech people don't really like new things. They like things they know. They don't want to really, from my opinion, like they don't want to learn more things.
Maybe everyone, sorry for interruption, but this is actually, I want to argue a bit because everyone, even me, when I was staying for a certain period of time in a certain place, you start to get think that local people are a little bit kind of local, right? So like a little bit more conservative in some thoughts. They like want to stay if they already know. But what I find out later, you just need to look not from inside, but a little bit from outside. And you somehow find out that it's not like that thing, like what we have actually with the results of the festival, I think.
No, but like you see, that's the thing. Like 80% of people that attend the festival, they're foreigners, not the Czech people, because And especially the first year, I was really boycotted by Czech people, which is really funny because I did that for that Czech people, for them to get to know all the vendors they order tea from. So it was crazy.
Actually, as I heard from any participant or any guest of the festival, actually, they day after they go to the tea houses, to the shops to spend money there, to buy something. So you actually create a kind of capital of tea like in Europe, because now it's considered one of the biggest festivals, I think. For me, actually, atmosphere-wise, it's the best for last years I had. And I think that's a really great job to do and to done. Yeah, I just want to say that we're now creating a kind of a company of festivals, like with Maria in Brussels and Paris, like we here in Amsterdam, and also Günther in Vienna. Like maybe more people will join. But I think this festival moving really brings something completely new approach to understanding of the culture, and people get to know it. Yes, and it's so great that everyone came, and it's people who think it's competition, what you say, some people blocking you. For me, even me, okay, I'm a vendor, you're not yet, but I'm a vendor. Even me, I because of these festivals, I changed my approach, because all the time was much more competitive. But now I just, we decided to organize even our own festival. Because I see like if you bring more people to the tea through these festivals, it means any vendors, any tea, whatever, what you do with tea, or you're just a private tea master.
Yeah.
I think you will only benefit. It's difficult or they find out. What is your insight from the last festival? What do you think like was the best, or
from the last,
or last of few, or maybe this one which was good?
I feel it from like the emotional side, like because that's my like biggest feeling of the festival. It's like that, like, and it's already from the first edition. Like people that come to the festival, like it seems like everybody's smiling, and it feels like a family that didn't see each other for years. They just gathered together to have like party. So that was my feeling from the first year, and it stayed like that. And that's for me, this is the highest achievement, that people feel great. People, you see, I have gooses. You can't see, but
I see. People.
This what I wanted. Like people, like obviously I want vendors to sell and get to know, and I care about that. But for me, the festival was really about a connection. Making like friends and just getting to know each other, being inspired by others, and it seems like it worked. So even if there would be like 200 people, but this atmosphere would be great, or like 1,000 people, it's like, for me, it really doesn't matter how many people came, but like how the atmosphere was, how people felt, and what like everyone who was there, vendors and attendees, how good, or hopefully only good, felt. So
I think it's very important, because I also felt it's completely same. Let me say I was on a few festivals. It's quite we have some similarities and differences because each city and vendors are different and so on, but generally speaking, like all this tea crowd, it's mostly so lovely people. I think I find out even in China, because I used to live 10 years in China almost, and what I find out, because many people say, like Chinese, they are this and that people, like, or people say, like Germans, they are this and that people, or like, Dutch, this and that people, like, who cares? And what I found about tea people, it's a kind of a separate kind of nation, let me say, because it's international language about, when the people see all this setting, you immediately, it's warm up your heart, you start speak this person on your own language. You don't care about his nationality or background or whatever, because you share the same values in terms of how we appreciate tea as a culture, as a drink, as a, let me say, atmosphere it brings to us. And it's and the more people being catched to this kind of funnel, they slowly gets more and more deeper in the center, like with understanding what is tea about, what's the culture about, what's the consumption about. And I think it's generally, this is why it's so peaceful on any festivals. Actually, it was really great atmosphere, and the people who came, even those who maybe never came before and don't have no clue what is it. I was wondering once, I think it was in Berlin, the guys came with the big mugs, because we heard some there, like you need to come with your cups. Also, it was in Prague. People came with the big mugs because they came with their own cup. This is for us who do like good food chais, a little bit of how it's possible. But people also finally enjoy it. They just, wow, it's so great. For the first time in their life, we tried good tea.
Sure.
And imagine if your first time in your life appear on like a festival, you have like 60, 70 vendors which offer the best tea from all around the planet. It's fascinating, and people really enjoy a lot, and later go digging deeper. And I think that keeping this atmosphere is very important. That's really important.
Yeah.
And that's also about personality. I think is your personality also, because you all the time like so. That is difficult, yeah. What's most difficult about organizing a festival for you?
This year it was really difficult for me to choose who can exhibit it, because the space is really limited, but there were lots of applications sent, so that was really difficult. And second, or maybe actually first, or at the same level, was the fact that the venue, I never know until Saturday morning when I enter the venue. I don't know how the setup of the rooms is going to be, where the pianos are going to be.
That's so special.
Yeah. So like for me, it's really difficult that like I know that vendors want to know where they're going to be. They want maps, and I want map as well. I want to know before. Because it's calmer for me. Like imagine coming, and I can enter this building only at 8 in the morning. So, and I have like a 1 hour and I have to think about where to put what, to put who, and so on. So this is like really, really difficult. Like I have to, in the morning, think of a lot of things. And then like some vendors start coming before 9. And then I have to be very strict with them. Yeah. No, but then like you see like people come, and like the first thing they hear from me is like, go out because it's not time yet, because I didn't set up anything, because I just arrived because there was no other way. And so this is difficult. I'm not stressed, so I take things calmer, because being stressed, it just destroys a lot of things, like brings this negativity and sometimes irresponsibility of various people. This is difficult.
But in general speaking, this is you train a lot, because as soon as you each year something a little bit better, you fine-tune something which you can fine-tune, and it brings like this year is better. So next year maybe, because beautiful building actually, beautiful. Thank you very much for Kalinske Spectrum, Spectrum, like for providing a space for such an event. It's for sure, because we're all very happy to be, and so many people who really amazing the place and all the design. It's a little bit old school, but it's so fun. It's so warming atmosphere. This will be maybe possibly next year a little bit bigger space. Can I disclosure that, or it's a secret?
No, you see, because like the first year they were really surprised that it was actually nice, and second year it was okay, and I'm the only person doing like there's the biggest activity during the whole year. It's my festival, so they're actually really happy that something like that is happening. And so normally you can't normally legally, or I don't know legally, like you can't really rent the whole building, but I already rented some extra rooms that they don't rent. And so now, like when I rented the basement rooms, they were like the woman that takes care of the building. She started to laugh. I was like, "What? You will want the attic as well next year?" I was like, oh, "Can I rent the attic?" Sure. I was like, "Oh, let's talk later." So I think we'll move to attic.
Joking, but you say, yeah. Also, I also need the garden, the square nearby.
Yeah. So we'll see, because there is like from the basement you can go to the. There's ice skating possible, so maybe we can do something outside there as well.
Why not? Why not? We will look for global warming issues. If it will be very warm, maybe next year we can do even like outdoor event. Who cares? In February. Like guys in Budapest, we say like do outdoor festival in October. I say, wow, it's pretty cold. But no, it's already not cold anymore. What do you think generally about how do people who are reacting maybe for the first time, who maybe approach you? What was very funny fact about questioning about festival? Because I think maybe some people approach you.
Like the cutest thing I got, and I met that guy, but it wasn't like funny. It was just like people had like this like constantly, because people don't read posts on Instagram, they don't check website, they don't check Facebook, and they keep asking me questions which are already written. So this is really annoying for me, because it takes a lot of, like I'm alone doing it, right? So I have to read the emails, read all of these, write back to everything, and like for me to open an email and read the questions and answer them, it takes a lot of time, like that I can, a lot. I mean, it takes time that I could spend on something else. So they like annoying parties that they ask questions about what they could read the answer to that question on like social media or
I think now everyone have ADHD, tripled or quadrified. Yeah, we will make us AI assistant for you. Which is what you need to connect it. Like a week before the event, Agha is disappearing from online. Only AI assistant send the same link with all the information provided in detail.
That's a good idea. Wow, that would be fantastic.
It's easy. I can do it.
But then there was this one man, Tommy, I can say, maybe Tommy is gonna watch it. It was so cute. I got an email, like a message. It was like, I'm thinking about coming to festival. Should I come? And I looked at it. I thought it's a joke. Yeah. But I was like, I found it, like after I realized maybe it's not a joke, I found it so cute. So I answered him, like, of course you should. And then like a few days later, okay, so I will come. And then a few days later, okay, I booked my trip to Prague. And it was so cute, like the question, should I come? And I was like,
imagine like everyone will send you this question.
But yeah, and he came, and he actually really nice man.
This is a guy from Germany who do this. He actually filmed absolutely fascinating movie.
Yeah, he told me that you in the movie.
You seen this movie?
No.
Yeah, he went to many tea houses and filmed a document, like interviews. It's really roughly made, but it's absolutely fantastic in terms of atmosphere, and he's a lovely guy. Yes,
yeah, very.
Well, what I like in tea, that we have a batch of very special people who also, for some reason, gets triggered by tea, and I like it because we're all the time saying like, let people drink tea, not do anything else, and because as soon as the tea give you an answer for some of your questions, and we never know which exact answer a certain person have.
True.
And this is why we need to synchronize these answers. For me, it's also, the tea is a little bit about psychology. When you just drink the tea with someone like we drink it now, and we drink already a third time during like this. Agha finally came to Amsterdam, but and she didn't visit Moychay yet. But we will today. Yeah, it's such a journey. Then you try to understand how do people react on tea as a product, and under tea on some your thoughts which we share, because it's really changed your understanding, because you begin like so detail it, and you don't know which kind of details certain person will go. So that's a fun. But but main thing is a positive reaction, as you say, because it's all stressful. Everything, okay. It's like in business, like declining is stressful, growth is stressful, doing a lot of things is stressful, doing nothing is also stressful. So everything, life is stressful, we all die, So just doing things is the best. And then the people like, okay, or do or not to do, but finally you're satisfied, right? Like you climb on the mountain with like very hard, like all this like press of data and connections. And finally, you're staying on the top and you see these beautiful skies and like everything. That's a goal to achieve. What do you goal for next year? What do you want to do better in a festival?
A lot of things. I don't know.
It's a secret.
No,
it's a secret. Okay, it's a secret. So you need to visit a festival next year for sure. Because you
Yes.
will know the secret in this case. If you don't, you will never know the secret. You only can listen the next interview maybe about it. And because this kind of European tea festivals movement, and you visited so much, like you said, last year you went like on 40 festivals?
15.
15? Okay, still a lot. I visited much less, but what was the best festivals? Maybe top 3 you visited, atmosphere-wise, you can recommend?
Brussels.
Brussels? Yeah.
Surprisingly good. Like, I think no one knew what to expect, but it was
the first time.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
people,
yeah.
something that was wonderful. Yeah. And
that's it.
yeah.
Because like even the festivals that I liked before, something happened and it was really not nice. So I think Brussels was like the nicest. Oh, and there's the festival in a small town in Czech Republic, north of Czech Republic, Kadaň, and this is always great. This is festival that I go, I feel like I'm going home. So tiny in a square, so tiny but so cute. It's like, it's really lovely. So I like to go there.
It's so interesting. In what is actually the ingredients of the festival, because its atmosphere is very difficult to describe, right? Because I just started thinking about, okay, I went there and then here, and for certain reason in this place I felt wonderful, and it was okay. Maybe even money-wise it was not so profitable. Maybe even weather was not so good, or even like something was, but still it was great for certain reason. And there we go. It was maybe even profitable, and maybe weather was wonderful, and everything was smooth, but somehow you didn't catch the atmosphere.
Yeah.
What's for you this ingredient? Festival. What is it? What's its essence?
It's like I like when people come to festival and they actually have a moment to be with the tea. And lots of festivals don't have this. Like as I said, they just come and like wanna taste as much without actually knowing or trying to know the tea, or trying to see who is the person giving you the tea, because the person like chose the tea to give you for whatever reason, because the vendor like they chose some certain teas because it meant to them something. So for me, the fact that people just walk around and like don't really care about, they're just like again like collecting like dots, like yeah, I was here, I was there, I tested this. My personal view on that is like it's more like mechanic, but like if people actually stay with you, or it can be even half minute, but you feel that they actually swallowed it, they try to like fill the tea, or like when they take a teapot, like they are actually with this object. So they're like, this is meaningful for me. But like if they come and like it's, you see like robots, like no, it doesn't talk to me.
How these kind of persons, because yeah, I really feel like most of the time, at least at your festivals, was persons who are deeply interested, or even if they are newbies, they're still deeply interested. You're just curious about things. And what you just told, yeah, I also understand. Like it's a kind of magic, because it's difficult to describe. Most of all, like when you just feel the deeper connection with the vendor when you came, but how you can control who came to the festival. And maybe this is because of the approach to things. I also don't understand how it's happening. Maybe just certain level of deepness, and how do you present the people, how do you tell about the festival, and people, it attracts certain crowd which wanted this kind of approach, who wanted this kind of deepness of tea.
But there's like, I don't know if I should say, like let's say there's a Berlin festival, and for me the Berlin festival is too fast. It's like, because you have 4 hours to see everything and people run.
This
it's like
schedule I think it's the biggest problem actually, because I know that maybe it's venue. We talked to Berlin guys, and the two problems. First, it's very small venue for such a huge city, and it was the first festival. Like nowadays, I also see like a lot of criticism about this 2 shifts. Like when you need to hurry up, the people they don't have time.
Exactly.
I think this is the main problem, because
for me,
people must be relaxed.
As
soon as you're relaxed, you don't you still have even next day. So people just, okay, we spend here, we spend there, we have time to go for some master class,
Yeah.
we still have time to go.
Yeah,
Oh, this is actually an answer, I think, the time.
Yeah.
You need more
Yeah.
time, you need to, if you do the festivals, do it longer.
Yeah,
And
longer.
don't make it like to like
Yeah.
4 hours and go, and do it till late evening. We in Amsterdam sadly do only 1 day because it's too hard to have it to 40 days, but we will make it longer time, I hope. So don't let people go if you don't want to go, if you want
Yeah.
to spend more time till we exit. Like I forgot already about this tea because this is I brought from Taiwan. It was like such a fun findings that you just find someone who is doing actually antique furniture. And I had one client actually in Thailand who asked me, "Oh, Sergey, I know you go to Taiwan, and there is one guy who collecting Japanese old furniture. Please visit him. Maybe you can find something." And I visited this guy, and this guy for some reason have few boxes of puer.
Okay.
He's like, "Oh, yes, I know you do tea. Okay," and just it's so funny. Then you instantly find the puer, and it was really old, and the guy has no clue about the price. And I said, "Okay, I take it all." Yes,
Good.
that's good stuff. But also, I like its actual packaging. You never know what is it and from which era. Maybe 90s something, but it's so dark.
It's really nice.
Yeah, I also love it. So, I think we kind of introduced to you guys. Thank you very much for your time, and please leave your comments and questions below. I also appreciate Agha for coming. We just came up to idea to film something like today in the morning. Just on the way to warehouse, I said, "Okay, Agha, well, maybe we just film some interview because you've done such a great action with the festival, and we're also planning to do something there here in Amsterdam." And I just, okay, so let us create this idea. We are really curious about collaborating more with the festivals and doing such actions, and also bring more activity to the tea crowd. I think it's like it's an emerging culture. I think it's still kind of growing because see, last year it was like 700 people. Like this year it was like 1,200 something, like maybe more. Who cares? But and we hope it will be more next year, 2,000 or
maybe.
5,000. So wish 5,000 for next year. And it's a little bit late line from Brno to Prague of waiting cars, like traffic all around Prague. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Agha, for coming, and we will see you in Prague, right? You must be in Prague, the festival.
Yeah. And in Amsterdam before.
In Amsterdam before, a month before, so we will.
Yeah.
But you will see also Agha here in Amsterdam. If you're in Amsterdam, you must be. It's a promise. So you will not miss. You will still have 1 month to prepare. Please approach Agha if you want to participate and you have some very specific approach, because you need to be more selective. You still have some limits, but if you do something great about tea, something exclusive about tea, you know how to find. I leave some details.
Ceramics.
And ceramics, yeah, and I leave the connection and links below. You can approach Agha directly for Prague Tea Festival. You can approach me for Amsterdam Tea Festival, and for whatever. See you. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.
Ciao.